So apparently Donald Trump and Xi Jinping are coming to my neighborhood here in Busan to meet. Yes, I guess it's going to happen. They're saying next week. There they are right there. Trump to meet Xi Jinping in Busan, October 30th for APEC. If you're curious, this is Karen Levitt talking about it.
With the new Prime Minister of Japan. On Wednesday morning local time, the president will fly to Busan, where he will participate in a bilateral meeting with the President of the Republic of Korea, deliver keynote remarks at the APEC CEO luncheon, and then participate in a U.S. APEC leaders working dinner. On Thursday morning local time, President Trump will participate in a bilateral meeting with President Xi of the People's Republic of China before departing to return home to Washington, D.C. On Thursday night, upon...
Okay, I guess he's coming here. If you're curious, this is Busan, so this is our neighborhood. That's what it looks like. We have a meeting where they're probably going to meet, chances are. Even though I've been out there, which I'll show you exactly where it is going to be, we probably won't be able to go because the security is really tight. Actually, let me just fast forward a bit. You guys will see. Yeah. So this is the building here. And what it is, they'll have, it's designed for like multiple, it's actually, why is it saying that? Let's Lock Busan, yeah. It's designed for sort of like a meeting hall for multiple world leaders. And you can actually see what it looks like. It's a nice building. The security will be really good because there's kind of only one road in, one road out. And then we have the facilities for it. It's generally for tourists when they're not using it and it's empty, but it looks like that. As you guys see, I just want to show it to you. So that's probably where Trump's going to meet. Yeah, if I could see Trump and Xi, I would, but it's just hard to get there if they decide to use it. But it's right on the water, so it's like I said, one road in, one road out kind of place. What are they going to be talking about? Chances are soybeans, farmers, these kind of things, and the tariffs. Listen to this, though, because lately we're trying to bail out Argentina. What do farmers have to say?
Hi, Chris Gibbs, Ohio. These are my cows back here, and they got a question. They've worked all year to put calves on the ground to feed this nation and beyond. They want to know why in the hell would the American public want to buy beef from Argentina when they're standing right here, ready to go to work, been working all year. Looking at you, Donald. Hi, Chris Gibbs, Ohio.
Right, so Chris of Ohio, I'm Chris of Busan. We're all going, what the heck are you doing, Trump? But yeah, that's actually been part of the discussions is essentially how can the Americans sell more, product. And, it's a big, how can I say, it looks bad on Trump when he's like, hey, we have to bail out Argentina or whatever. But honestly, it's actually really big for Trump to make amends with Xi and try to get China to start buying, soybeans and other American products again. But we'll see how that goes. I mean, there's no guarantees on this stuff. We know they're talking. She's going to make the case that Trump still loves the ranchers. Let's have a listen.
Perfect. Thank you. Cattle ranchers who supported the president's election have raised some concerns about plans to import beef from Argentina. How will the Trump administration support those farmers?
Look, the president hears those concerns. He addressed them yesterday himself. President loves our ranchers, and our ranchers love our president. And in fact, the president did a lot for them in his first term here. They are struggling because of the many horrible policies of the previous administration. The president loves our ranchers, and he also loves American consumers, and he wants to do right by both. So the immediate solution to the problem.
So I guess blame Biden when in doubt, and Trump loves us is what the message is. I'll let you know when he comes to Busan if he really does love us. Bernie Sanders writes here today, during the government shutdown, President Trump raised $250 million from billionaires for a ballroom. And the number that I've heard now is 300. We just talked about before. Gave Qatar an Air Force facility in Idaho. Yes, we did hear about that. And doubled Argentina's bailout to $40 billion. What happened to America first? That's coming from Bernie today. What else has got going on? There's a lot. Here's another farmer regarding Trump.
Well, I don't think it's a good idea. I think probably what you've heard a lot today is we should just allow our markets to dictate the price of beef. And there's a lot of factors in that. I think most people out here have the view that the government should just be pretty limited and not kind of meddle in the free markets.
I'm going to read the...
Well, I don't
Interesting.
think it's a good idea.
So they feel like that Trump is, with the Argentine thing, meddling with markets. That's coming in from ranchers. This is Gavin Newsom. So they've been talking about the ballroom as being Trump's priority. Listen to this.
Go ahead. Yes.
Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you.
In addition to the ballroom and the Rose Garden
I'm going
patio,
into the back. Sorry. Go ahead.
in addition to the ballroom and the Rose Garden patio, is the president looking at any other renovations or significant kind of projects here at the White House?
Not to my knowledge, no. But he's a builder at heart, clearly, and so his heart and his mind is always churning about how to improve things here on the White House grounds. But at this moment in time, of course, the ballroom is really the president's main priority. Kristen.
So she really is talking about president is the ballroom is his main priority. Gavin's actually hitting pretty hard on social media. He's pretty good at this stuff, honestly. And basically saying that, if you are going with Trump, you're basically buying Donald Trump knee pads and they're sold out. He even, what is this? This is real. The Pentagon announced they're replacing the New York Times press credentials with My Pillow. Yeah, that actually is real. We talked about this yesterday. I mean, the news is crazy, right? So now we're going to get our news from My Pillow guy. And this was a Gavin talking about the knee pads. Listen to this.
You will be seeing on my Patriot site new knee pads that I'll be sending out, the new signature series knee pads for all these CEOs, for the University of Virginia that I'll add to the list today, for bending their knee, for those law firms, the universities, media companies, as this guy's rolling back, rewriting history, putting us back to pre-1960s world, censoring historic facts. Wake up, everybody. You will be seen on...
He's good at this stuff, to be fair Frank. I was not a huge fan of Newsom before. I'm just being honest with you. But, sort of when, how can I say, adversity, hits your region, state, et cetera, and essentially... Donald Trump is attacking everything. You need people to stand up. And in this crazy world, I guess now we're memeing each other. So if you want a meme guy, that's your guy. But that's where we're at. Even Chuck Schumer, though, and I was kind of looking through this stuff. He was hitting back on Trump, and the Argentina thing, right? Sure seems like Trump just wants MAGA to mean make Argentina great again. These kind of things, people Buttigieg, millions of Americans save commutes and tens of thousands of good construction jobs depend on the Gateway project. It's one of the largest and longest awaited transportation jobs or projects in modern history. Now Trump is canceling it, apparently to spite Chuck Schumer harming. That's basically what it ends up being, right? Trump has these, what do you want to call it, like vendettas against whatever people. I mean, he's coming to Busan. I hope he doesn't have a vendetta against us all of a sudden. You never know with this guy. This is Jamie Raskin. He says, Trump doesn't own the White House. And remember, Trump's tearing it down, the East Wing. It says, an idea that is constitutional blasphemy, bypassing the public and historical review process, and denying the people and our representatives the chance to vote on his Marie Antoinette ballroom. He brought in bulldozers to destroy the East Wing, yet plundering, robbing, pillaging, or laying waste to federal property is a criminal offense. If you don't know, guys, Trump's basically telling his people to hide the photos of the White House being torn down, and they've blocked it off, so very few people can see what's going on, right? But that's literally what's happening right now. That's why it's sort of an issue today, and why they're asking her about it, Karen Levitt, and she's like, oh, that's his priority. While the government shut down, this is what they're talking about now. This is from Trump's people saying basically the airport situation. Listen to this.
I want to make one other point really clear. Some have asked about safety, or you maybe ask me if I'll let you give me some questions. Safety is paramount for us. And so if we don't have the staffing levels in a tower, TRACON, or center, you will see us delay traffic. You will see us cancel flights. Because I want you to get to where you're going. I want America to get to their destination and get there safely. And it's not moving as many flights as possible. It's moving as many flights as possible safely. That is our mission. That is our number one goal. And if we can't do that, you'll see the flights come down. You will see the delays, and you'll see the cancellations.
I'm thinking we're going to start seeing more delays and cancellations. They're just preparing you for that. There's always crazy stuff to talk about. This, I didn't even know this was going on. So I show you guys everything that's happening. There's a big scandal in the NBA This involves my hometown. So Trump's coming to here, Busan, where I live currently, and then where I grew up. Portland, I guess the head coach of the Blazers is caught in some sort of gambling thing. It's crazy. Listen to a little bit of this.
Good morning. Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Casa Nostra. The men and women up here standing with me represent a small portion of the leadership team that brought profound justice in an era that needed it more than any. I'll just highlight some of the details in the case and the FBI work, and then you'll hear from the others.
So individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former current NBA players and coaches. This is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. Dang. So if you want to hear the details of that, you can write in the comments. I looked at it. It was all over headlines. It was like totally new to me. We never talk about that stuff, but never talk about this in this way, and it definitely popped up. What else is going on? This has actually been a big discussion on the Trump people basically, want to remove Obamacare or call it the Affordable Care Act, but they don't really have anything to replace it, right? So if you are going to destroy something, at least have something in place to destroy. So what do they have to say here about this?
First is we understand that the president and Republicans will not negotiate on ACA extensions until the government reopens. If and when that happens, what does the president think should be, or what are his plans for preventing rising healthcare costs for Americans?
It's a very good question, and I'll leave that to the president to negotiate that when Democrats vote to reopen the government. When it comes to lowering healthcare costs, the president is deeply committed to this. It's why he has spent so much time and effort negotiating with Big Pharma to lower the healthcare costs of prescription drugs.
Very good question, she says. So they don't have anything. And while we're talking about this, they try to act like everyone in morale is high. This is according to them. Listen.
Our department has spent over 2 decades defending other homelands, and we're very proud to be defending our own. And if you talk to the troops down, say, on the southwest border, Mr. President, morale is sky high and continues to be because they're proud.
They think morale is sky high, but this is what else is sky high. This is actually Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's sort of been on the warpath lately. Listen to this.
Food prices are high, rent is high, home prices are ridiculously high, cars are high, auto insurance, home insurance, health insurance is insane. Energy prices are high. I can tell you that in my own electric bills. They're much more expensive than they were even a year ago. Food prices.
Just kind of crazy, right? So we've been talking on the channel, like, why sudden shift in her? Maybe because her constituents are like, yo, you've been lying this whole time. Tell us the truth and you're up for re-election, that kind of stuff. This is how this game is played. So I'll tell you when she tells the truth. And there should be more Republicans coming out doing the same thing, because you can't lie forever. At least I don't think so. You never know. And this is also what's going on while we're talking about everything's too expensive. Fox News is trying to get you to eat more hamburger helper. Seriously.
And last but not least, one trend and true brand is making a big comeback as consumers tighten their wallets. And here it is, Hamburger Helper. The mix of mac and cheese and ground beef is seeing a surge in sales. And last but not least,
and as this representative says, Hamburger Helper for us, a gold ballroom for Trump. Now, when Hamburger Helper sales soar, it just means that people basically are trading down, eating cheaper food. One person made a joke that it shouldn't be called Hamburger Helper and just called Helper, since no one can afford hamburger these days. It's a joke, of course. Well, actually, it's not a joke. It's real. But this is where we're at. And then you got this. This is Trump. He's now talking about my hometown again. He's coming to Busan. How can he possibly? He must be following me around or something. I don't know. But listen to what Trump has to say.
Same thing with Portland. Speaking of that, because that's where we won it. But I looked the other night, Saturday night. Portland is like burning to the ground, and these people are saying it's just friendly stuff. The whole place is burning to the ground. So we'll take care of that one. That's like an insurrection more than it is anything else. That's crazy. Portland's crazy. And then you listen to these.
So I guess we're crazy in Portland, and he'll come to Busan. I'll let you guys know. I'm actually quite curious. I haven't seen anything yet here in local news. This was literally just announced now, and I'm assuming they've been trying to scheduling and make preparations, because he's got to coordinate multiple spots that he's going to. So that's what's going on. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.